Good evening and Happy New Year again. Hopefully 2021 will be a wonderful year and much less stressful than 2020. Anyway, tonight I'm cooking paella and I have this wonderful skillet with a glass cover made by Tramontina. And paella originated in the city of Sevilla, Spain. And Napoleon, when he invaded Spain, sent his soldiers out to the fields to pick up anything regional and put them all together and make a meal of whatever they can find. So his soldiers went out, they found shellfish, they found peas, onion, garlic, saffron, which is very popular in Spain as well as Iran. That's the main two countries that produce it. They came back, they threw everything in a skillet with rice, of course, arroz, and some tomatoes, and just made this wonderful dish that we call paella today. In Spain, there's different regions, and every region does their own, but the classical one is the one I'm doing today, which is seafood. So I got some shrimp that I'm going to be cooking, sauteing separately. We got some beautiful oysters that's going to go last in the skillet. And we have frozen peas defrosted, and I have some scallops, baby scallops, and calamari cut up. So I got some olive oil here, let's say about a quarter of a cup. And I'm going to throw in 4 whole cloves of garlic. You don't want to mash them or chop them or dice them. You're just going to cook until nice and brown, and they stay in the skillet with the rice and everything else to cook. I got 1 small yellow onion. And on this skillet here, I put some olive oil, maybe 2 tablespoons, and I'm going to be cooking the shrimp separately. So right here, we got the olive oil, we got the onion and garlic. We're going to cook until nice and golden. The shrimp cooking side by side, and the reason it's cooked separately because you want that nice grilled color and also taste versus just throwing it in with the rest of the seafood. Other ingredients you need to have on hand: saffron. You can use the threads, and they're kind of like drugs or gold or diamonds. When you go to a Persian store to buy them, they're always in little packages, and they're pretty expensive, a small little package, and they have it locked up in a cage, believe it or not. But I also love Sadaf liquid saffron. It makes it easy. It's always ready to go. And so you can use either the saffron threads, just a nice little pinch, or a couple of tablespoons of the liquid saffron. My shrimps are already nice and ready. A few more minutes and they'll be ready to mix in with everything else. So it's getting a little golden here. You don't want it browning, just a little golden. And yes, you can leave the cloves of garlic in there. If somebody stumbles upon them, they can either chew them, and of course we know all the health properties of garlic. Or you can take it on the side. That makes it easy to just take it on the side when it's kind of big chunks like that. Then I'm going to add, I think I'm going to add 3 cups of rice. I like to use long grain rice. You can use basmati also if you want, but I prefer long grain rice. And I bought that from Crown Valley Mediterranean Persian store, and it just so happened to be a premium white Egyptian rice. What a coincidence. So we're gonna saute. I'm gonna mix in the rice and saute it a little bit until it's nice and golden with the garlic and onion. And boy, I went to a flamenco festival a couple of years ago. I usually go every few years, but I've never seen them cook big amounts of paella, and you should have seen the size of that skillet. Humongous. Long line, of course, of people to get their portion, but it took a while. The guy was a bit overwhelmed, but he got it okay. So it's kind of tricky. It shouldn't be mushy. The rice should be nice and separated. Most paellas are baked in the oven, and it gives it that crunchy, dry taste. But I like mine. I like to cook everything in the skillet and then on low heat, let it cook on the stove. Comes out nice and tender. And another thing Napoleon's soldiers added to the dish was chicken, because that's one of the things they found. Chicken and spicy peppers in the countryside of Spain. So you can mix everything together or just keep it seafood. I like to keep mine seafood. Getting nice and golden. And here are my shrimp, all nice and sauteed, beautiful. So once you get the rice nice and golden, we will add some chicken broth. Maybe, well, the 3 cups of rice, so maybe 3 cups of chicken broth. You can also use just plain water, but definitely the chicken broth or seafood broth will add some nice flavor to the dish. We're also going to use crushed tomato with the juice. I like to use San Marzano, of course, the best tomatoes in the world. So we're going to put about, I would say, half a cup of diced tomato. And then add the sauce, the juice of the tomato. Gives it a nice red color, and of course tomato adds richness to any dish. We're going to put some salt, sea salt, just a little pinch, as much as little as you want. The stock, of course, has some salt, so watch out. And some pepper. I'm going to mix it all nice together. Mix all the salt and pepper together so it doesn't stay in one corner. And we're going to add some of the saffron, liquid saffron. this brand is Sadaf. I would say about 2 tablespoons. Always mix it in. Look at that wonderful yellowish, reddish dish. It's coming up. Then we have about 1 cup of the frosted or fresh peas and 1 cup of small scallops. Well, this here I got from Costco, the mix, so it's perfect. I don't have to go hunting for different ingredients. You found in the freezer, and it's a big bag of just mixed seafood. It has the calamari, it has baby scallops, and it has the shrimp, which we're going to be adding to the mix here in a minute. There you go. Look at this beautiful, colorful dish. Wonderful. You got your red, your green, your pink, your golden rice. And some people like to add a little bit of artichokes. So I found this wonderful jar of grilled artichoke halves at Trader Joe's. So I might add a little bit towards the end. Right now I'm just going to put the cover on and let the rice cook, low heat. And 5 minutes just before it's fully cooked, I'm going to put in the oysters because they don't take long to cook. And then we're going to cut some wedges of lemon and serve it with dinner, just in case somebody would like to squeeze some lemon juice on their oysters. Look how beautiful that is. Put the cover on, and voila. And again, the brand of the skillet is Tramontina. See you in a bit. Spanish paella from Sevilla, Spain. Got all sorts of seafood in there, and peas, and broth, and tomatoes. Yum, yum. Look at this beautiful dish. When the rice seems like under 10 minutes to cook, I put the mussels, and I misspoke earlier. I said oysters, I meant mussels. So we're gonna put the lid back on and wait for about maybe 7 to 10 minutes. So the rice will be completely cooked, the mussels cooked, and we are ready to go. Hasta la vista.